Hey everyone, today I'm going to be teaching you how to divide polynomials using long division, like this problem here. I know it might look a bit confusing right now, but don't worry, I'm going to teach you all the steps you need to know in order to solve this problem and many others like it. So let's get started. Okay, the first step is to rewrite this problem so that there's an x squared in the dividend. Right now we have an x cubed and an x, but there is no x squared. So we have to rewrite it to avoid any problems in the future. And you'll see what I'm talking about later on. So let's just rewrite it now and continue on with the problem. Just like any other long division problem, we have to look at the first term of the dividend and see how many times the divider can go into it. But in this case, we only look at the first term of the the divisor, sorry, with the x. And we check how many times x can go into 2x cubed. In this case, x goes into 2x cubed 2x squared times, right? Now you multiply it through to both terms and write it underneath the dividend, just like any other long division problem. So you would get 2x cubed minus 6x squared. Okay? And remember, we're subtracting this whole thing right here. So the negative gets distributed out like that, making this positive and this negative, which causes these to cancel out, and we're left with a 6x squared minus 5x minus 1. But look, if we didn't have the placeholder for the 2x squared, we would be trying to add 6x squared plus negative 5x, which just doesn't work. So that's why we need to have this placeholder. Alright, so never forget that step. Rewrite your problem to have placeholders for all the missing terms. Okay? Alright, now let's just continue on with the problem and check how many times can x go into 6x squared. And in this case, it'd be positive 6x times. You multiply it through to the x and the negative 3, and you get 6x squared minus 18x. Subtract, you distribute the negative, which makes this positive. These cancel out. You're left with a 13x minus 1. X goes into 13x 13 times. You distribute it out like that. This you subtract, making this positive. These cancel. You're left with 18. Okay, so now we must turn our remainder into a fraction to write our final answer. And we do that by putting our remainder, 18, on the top and our divisor on the bottom to create our remainder fraction, if you will. Okay? Now that we have our remainder fraction, we just add it to the end of all our numbers up here. Okay? So 2x squared plus 6x plus 13 plus 18 over x minus 3. And this would be your final answer. Okay, let's recap. First, you rewrite the problem and add placeholders for each missing term in the dividend. Ignore all other terms in divisor when trying to divide. And if there's a remainder, make a fraction out of it and add it to the answer. Thanks for watching.